Right.
Mojo takes that natural one.
Leave him out of this. We tried to get him killed.
You killed my dog! That'll stick with me the rest of my life. That was so funny.
Well, you almost, I said, don't kill my dog, because you didn't kill him.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't kill him.
No, you killed your own dog.
Because I lied, yeah.
Sir, killing it.
Yeah.
Because I said, this isn't worth killing. I'm going to change my con on the fly.
I would never do that to you guys as players, says that fight was ridiculous. I'm like,
That was fun,
I have
though.
to make
I'm glad.
this-
I had fun.
I have to make
That
this
was
survivable, but it has to probably kill somebody.
Yeah.
I didn't mean for it to
You
kill
nailed it.
Yeah, it's that fine balance of not TPKing.
It was a perfect time to do it. Like, it was such a low intensity situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I may have. I still may have caught me by surprise a little bit. How extraordinary.
It happened really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did fight a god.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sorry.
there's that.
Yeah, I've been looking at the new witch rules for Sudriel.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited about Witch and Champion.
Well,
I'm very excited to see
we
Pan.
won't see until the next book.
Yeah.
Wizards
Oh, too bad.
kind of interesting, but it didn't really technically change that much. The names of things switched around a lot, but
Hmm.
I'm excited to see patrons expanded
Okay.
for
Yeah.
witches.
yeah,
We'll
that
switch
was
it
one of the
back and see
things.
how that goes.
That was one of the things that I was kind of struggling about a little bit because the patron I am now is I think it's called Curse.
Mhm.
And there is like a cursed one, but it seems like it's kind of like a different flavor than
Yeah, the issue that I had was, yeah, the patron did almost nothing outward,
Almost done.
but it did so much about your build, but like didn't show up anywhere else. Like it determines your spell list and a cantrip, and that's it.
Yep.
But your spell list is huge, so it was a weird feeling choice.
And everybody's
Good?
lined up on the other one. Oh, I'm so happy. How did that
We are who we are.
It's like magic. Because it really, I don't understand how it works.
Hmm?
And I can only pray that the gods will be kind this time. Because it goes from completely messed up to fine. It just, it really feels like there's some sort of magic involved here. Oh, my
It does
God.
look like I'm
I feel
half
like
an
I
inch
wasn't going
too
to drink,
high.
but now I feel like I need a beer after that.
You need to slouch more.
A beer and a cigarette.
I have my
no
inaugural
he's
beer.
smoking.
I'm pretty drunk most of.
I have a glass
Maybe
of
once
cab.
we get past the beginning,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have a drink.
Looking at the stream though, sir, it looks
man.
like I'm a half inch too high.
Oh,
Yeah.
screw. Okay, well,
I'm
that's
so
fine.
sorry.
No. You know what?
Hey, there we go.
No, really, I mean that. I don't mean that. Like any
No,
help you give me
that
is
way.
good because I'm so multitasking that just shoot me. You know.
As you wish.
The only thing that was noticeable was the green bar whenever I talk.
Okay, is that all right? I think
There
I
we
just
go.
had
Oh, there we go.
disadvantage.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah, that green bar. What is that?
That's Discord. Like
oh,
when you're
that's
talking.
Discord.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so I just got to put that outside the lines there.
Self-conscious about recording the streams or recording my point of view, because now people get to see how many pages I keep open.
Oh, I don't think
The left side of my screen just gathers tabs that I've collapsed.
we're not going to see that though.
Oh, the one that I'm recording, because I'm recording for posterity as well.
Oh, okay.
I suppose Twitch saves everything, but I can generate audio-only files, theoretically.
If it makes you feel better, I also collect far too many tabs.
Yeah,
Tabs.
Sully or Wing. I know him as Sully because he was one of the unfortunate hunter souls in my WoW raid team. And I was just talking with you guys. I just mentioned it. He was one of the hunters. If we had 4 hunters, at least, it was such a
God help you.
Such a mess.
Shocker, I'm a
Hunter
hunter.
chat will live on forever. But anyway,
And then one agility trinket drops, and anyway.
Nothing like 4 hunters having their own chat coordinating who they're going to misdirect that fight. Let's do it.
That's so mean.
Yes, he can tell stories.
Amazing.
Trading.
It was all just pure mischief with those sons of bitches. Anyway, yeah. So he is playing D&D tonight at a bar, doing some kind of D&D league that is
That's cool.
affiliated with all these bars. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Said they should play Pathfinder.
Yeah.
So that's what we're playing, baby.
Tui.
Oh man, how long have we been preparing for this?
Months in preparation.
At least a year.
Has it
I
been?
don't-
I feel
I
like
think so. I don't remember exactly.
I feel
Here,
like
I
it's
can-
been a while. Yeah, time flies in these games. Before you know it, it's 2 years wasted.
Been 10 months since your Tuesday's freed up.
So you posted for this game on September 5th, 2022.
Oof.
Woo!
Fuck.
Year and 2 months.
Yeah.
Although technically we started off with a couple different people, right?
Yeah.
Starting a game. Yeah. It's never you never get the group that you start with. At least that's how it works for me. You just some people get whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's pretty insane when you make a call out for a group and you're not charging them. The
You get
flood
like
of people
50
you get.
replies, yeah.
Yeah. I had to have systems in place. I had to have questionnaires. You guys know. Because it was impossible for
remember
me to
doing it now.
filter. I couldn't just go with the first people
Yeah.
that answer. That's ridiculous. People have lives. It's like some groups take the first 4 people that I'm like, how? This is why groups fail. They just gotta work at it. It's a lot. It's like a reality TV show. These 40 people we're all trying to get one slot at a 4-person table.
Yeah, America's next top
Oh,
PC.
God. I should have kept roses. The handout. What would it be? It's not roses. It would be.
It would be a set of dice.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
D20s.
Yeah.
A golden D20.
Mm-hmm.
I am so.
Yeah,
old.
you can buy those. They're real expensive.
Solid.
Oh no!
Careful.
I know what it is. Everybody gets like a little. What do they call? Jewelry box.
Clamshell
And
box.
you open it up, and if it's a nat 1, you're out. So like,
It's
not
like,
you
like
roll
The
it.
Bachelor.
It's not that you roll, but it's predetermined. Like I put it in. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry. It's like nat 1. If I get that nat 1, I'm gonna be
It's
so
very
stressed
Bachelor.
I'm sorry, you
Nerd
got a
reality
13.
TV. Yeah.
out. It's nat
Oh,
20
there's
or
a
go
s-
home. I mean, yeah.
there's a Sonic ad on the
there's
stream
so
now.
much. Sonic. Ooh, who's going to Sonic?
It's on your stream.
No shit.
Yeah, there was an ad for a second.
That's weird.
Whatever
I
it
should
is,
get
it's quick.
notifications when it does that. Well,
I'm getting an ad for hair dye.
Oh.
fancy hair dye.
Yeah. Vegan and cruelty free, semi permanent.
Is
I
it
take
like
my hair dye
fancy-
with
fancy
cruelty,
colors?
thank you.
Yeah, bright colors.
I might want
Arctic Fox.
to change it up a bit. Get a blue.
I really like
Blue
Arctic
going.
Fox. Yeah, Arctic Fox is good.
stuff.
Mhm.
I have to bleach the shit out of my hair to be able to make it color, so, which is a pain.
Yeah,
If you're gonna,
I'm not
if you're
bleaching
gonna,
my hair again.
if you're gonna dye your beard a wild color,
Mhm.
you need to have a very high level of artistic talent.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you have to back up that eccentricity with some sort of weird
Yeah.
side
If I had a
show.
Yeah.
beard, I might
Talent
dye it wild
abilities.
colors.
You can't be a normie with a blue beard.
Because they're like, all right, what do you do? You don't just have a normal job. Like, what do you do? Are you a circus performer? Are you a rock star? Are you a pro wrestler? Like, you have to have something to back that up.
I mean, I feel like what you really need to do is change every time somebody asks you.
Ooh.
What do you do for a living? And it's like,
Yeah.
sweet. Guess
Thank you
I know
for
what
the-
I'm doing
Oh,
tonight.
you know, I washed out of the astronaut program. Like,
Yeah, I'm a
after-
brain
After I
surgeon.
fell off that zero gravity tester and like broke my back, I just couldn't deal with it anymore.
Oh, yeah. You know, working in academia, it is 50-50 on whether or not faculty has a blue beard or is never seen outside of slacks.
yeah.
Slacks.
Mm-hmm.
Cack.
That's a word that, like, in 100 years, people are gonna laugh at how they call them slacks.
Well, I was gonna say, you know the British people. Do you know what pants are in Britain?
Is that the
Trousers.
your... Oh, you mean what do they call them there?
Trousers.
No.
Knickers?
So I was talking to someone.
Oh,
from
yeah.
that
Pants are
area.
underwear.
It was like, oh, I don't have my pants on or something, and he's like, what? And it's underwear over there.
Yeah.
So,
What we call them.
but for us, outerwear is well, for me at least, I call outerwear pants.
I was waiting for Dan for you to say we call them panties.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, I really was gonna say that, actually. We call them pantsies.
I'm sure you do.
I think the funniest thought to me, though, is like, you know how there's the old-timey voice of the radio operator? The old-timey voice of these years is going to be the TikTok text-to-speech lady.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, God.
Without a
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts me every time I hear that. Alright. Well, we are starting something tonight. I am pumped up. This is it. I can no longer delay.
Procrastinate.
Yes.
Yep. Keep your hands and legs inside the vehicle at all
I
times.
mean, it was crunch time for sure. So yes, we are soon to be playing the remastered version of Pathfinder.
Oh.
That's exciting.
I don't know what that changes for me.
Nothing. 'Cause,
Oh, so we're waiting
you know,
at the movie?
Remastered version?
I mean, it changes a lot for the just base plays. It's not all class stuff. It's
He's just
clarification.
excited that it's going to be easier to kill us.
Mhm,
See? See?
Yes, because that's exactly what I wanted. It's create more work.
Like,
and
I've
scrap all
spent-
the
yeah,
ideas I
14
spent
months putting this
planning
together.
out.
Now to end it in one night.
14 months of planning.
I
because
figure
Yeah,
that's
that
our
was-
in
that's our
Starfinder, I know
biggest skill
Chase
right
you
now.
mentioned it when we played Starfinder. I was very difficult. It was hard. First night he was playing with us. I'm like, his character goes down, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
if you don't stop, if you don't say this thing is gonna coup de grace him. First night he's
Yeah.
playing. I mean, they were fighting
there's
a
like-
thing called the Skullbreaker, right? It's just what it does. It's something like that. It was gonna pick
Because
you up
it-
and just thrash
yeah.
you around and rip your skull off.
It
I
was
was
the
like-
thing that ate Kasathas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And because that
Lot of
game
skull
is,
to eat.
it's very hard to die in Starfinder. You
Yes.
have to like take massive damage.
Yeah, trust
from,
me,
like,
I
falling
tried.
in a pit of lava or something. Like, yes,
I
it's
tried
Starfinder
better
feels like-
despite best efforts, and then it gets even harder when you have a fucking Vanguard
I said I knew.
absorbing airstrikes, and
Dampen is a ridiculous
Okay.
ability.
Can I?
so
Did
I
you
had to
connect
be
to
hard.
kill us?
I had to be tough, ruthless. This game in Pathfinder 2, you don't need that. You don't need me to be ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I think we have zero. What's it called? We have
Marshals?
that and like no clerics either.
No clerics.
We'll live forever.
We
Well-
have one martial class, at
If-
least.
Yeah.
One
we're
and a
like
half,
nursing
at
level.
least. Like, I'm
think it's-
half martial, basically.
Do you guys
On my
want to
mother's
talk
side.
about your classes, or you just want to jump into the description?
Well, we just jump in. I think mine is more fun if we just jump in.
Let's just jump in and then, like, if we want to clarify things after that, we can.
Okay.
I vote.
All right. Just want to go over a couple of rules. It's been a while since we had our sesh zero. Oh jeez. What happened? Oh, okay. I have to stop doing that. Hold on. I cannot click off the Discord because I can't click any messages anyone sends me, just so you know.
Okay.
Because if I do
'cause
that, I
it's you,
lose the camera images. This is the level I'm working on magic here.
It's okay.
I
It's a
have
Geico ad right now.
I'm gonna post this in general serves. You do not need to look at this now, but it is for the future.
Yeah, if you want to, I appreciate. Thanks for the heads up with the bar. Thanks, Chase.
Yeah.
But you could just tell me that too.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't want you interrupting like a monologue.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can I just tell you your guitar's green? Oh, okay. So yes, just a couple of base rules to go over. I want to make sure you guys are savvy on it. We are using the automatic bonus progression, but only with runes. And what that means, what that means is that, oh my god, I can't do that. Okay. Your level, your armor class and your damage and your attack rolls will go up. They'll get a potency bonus every I think we're starting at 3rd level. So you don't have to worry about looting the corpses, because that just doesn't sit well with me, considering this
I was always bad at that.
setting.
So.
You know? I mean, I always thought it was just weird already to loot the corpse and like remove the armor.
Yeah.
And like all this stuff, it's just never sat well with me. Just take off your clothes.
So how do you feel about like fingers or ears?
No, oh my god. My last character was a Phrasman. I definitely felt weird about like, alright, I killed you, now I'm gonna take your stuff. I totally respect the dead. Get naked, motherfucker.
But you also
like,
had a +3 chainmail shirt.
Strip it down.
I didn't. I had the level 8 armor that I showed
like
up
to the
in.
corpse. Like to the corpse.
Oh, got it.
You have a +3 chain shirt. I am gonna strip you, but respectfully.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
respectfully.
yeah. But here in this setting, you know, you cannot just do that with these people. Everything is evidence.
We got
at
body
least,
cams.
you know, if you're if you're doing, if you're in the service of the watch, then everything that is you know, on the people that you arrest is not yours to take. I know we've talked about this, but that is a reminder. So there's a couple of factors I have to offset that automatic bonus progression being one of them. You can still make purchases of items that increase skills and things like that, because I like the flavor that those things bring. And sometimes you just wouldn't buy these for the ability. You know, it's really the ability you get as a side piece to the score, which the abilities are fun and they can make the game more interesting. Because yes, we have played in a 3-action system. Another thing that's working to your advantage is the quartermaster. They have set aside funds for people to purchase things directly from like the surplus of Absalom. You're not getting new equipment. Anything that you do get from the quartermaster is considered to not be at full hit points. Not broken, but it's just not in the best condition. Now you can, of course, repair these things with crafting skills and stuff. It doesn't take much. It doesn't cost anything. It just costs a repair kit. But everything you get is serviceable. And it's your responsibility to upkeep it and maintain it. Just because they hand you a wrinkled outfit does not mean you show up to work in a wrinkled outfit. You have to take it upon yourselves to do so. Working at the Edgewatch is taxing. It's not a fun job. Most people are there most people are there. They wouldn't choose this post if they could. It does sound prestigious, but it is understaffed, underfunded, and you work long hours. You work 6 days a week, 12-hour days. Because you're just standing there. What else are you doing? Just keeping the peace. You're just there to provide, to help people, if they're lost, or just being really just a deterrent. But you're also there to be a presence, right? Is what it is. You've got people from all over the world coming here, when there could be a lot of beef that erupts. So
It's marketing.
Members
Yeah.
members of the Nation of Geb and the Church of Pharasma, just like
Yeah.
Or even Geb and Nex. I mean, Geb and Nex are right next to each other in some exhibits.
I've been trying to come up with some pun relating, like the Jets to Andoran and like
Yeah.
Cheliax, Andoran and Cheliax showing up and having beef in the streets.
Yeah.
So that you've got the quartermaster, you've got resources. There's a cleric of Abadar at the headquarters. You also let's go into the quartermaster. I'm gonna try this out. See if this does not fail utterly and completely. Okay. Yes. So we got this fancy homepage.
Oh yeah, if you double click on quartermaster.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah, we're hot linked up, baby.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yes, your quartermaster is a presence there, and you've got a list of items that you can purchase. You should all have a watch pouch belt that comes with a few goodies. You can see that there is a. I'll just. There's a flare inside, which is used to call for assistance, basically. And if you see a flare go off, that means you need to respond to it if you're close by. There are no radios in this world. You also have the ghost charge because there are some lingering undead about. It's not fully, things were done very quickly and just kind of covered up. Things.
It's like every Olympics ever.
Yes, exactly. Very much so.
Yeah, except for instead of cute dogs wandering around, they're like zombies and stuff.
Yeah. A day in the life of Clarion.
Yes, for problems that they couldn't solve, they just covered up. They just sealed the hole.
I see on Quartermaster Gel here has some gold for sale. Does that sell at full price?
Yeah, 1-to-1, right?
You figured out the link.
Did you break a 20?
You broke
It's
the
50% off,
game.
right?
You broke it.
Hurry before he patches it. Spam.
Infinite bunny glitch.
The watch pouch belt, yes, comes with a ghost charge, a flare beacon, antidote, and manacles, and a card that lets you cast the cantrip Stabilize. It is a consumable, but retrieving the item and then casting the spell will consume your actions. But I mean, that's important.
Sure does beat death.
Yeah, definitely want to stop that dying condition in some way, shape, or form as soon as possible.
Yeah, so we each have one card.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a card, any card.
And
I'll take Stabilize.
All this stuff is replenishable, but that will be taken out of your pay. As far as your pay goes, you're getting paid on a daily basis, the equivalent of a low-level encounter split between the 4 of you as a base pay. Now, told you it's underfunded. They don't have a lot of money to throw your way, but
can we put out a tip jar?
But you
No. We do not accept tips. We accept gratuities.
Okay.
Right. So you're
And
going to have
protection
money. You're going to be able to spend money on stuff without a doubt, because you're going to be able to buy consumables at that rate. Some of the things you might have to pay for, but you can also take out loans. You have a steady job, and I don't want to get too much into the urban real life simulator, but I mean the Bank of Abadar is a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what you just told me is that we're working.
If you want, this is kind of like a sandbox in a way. You can go to the fucking Bank of Abadar, put on your best suit, probably show up in uniform.
And be like, I really want to pursue my
ask
master's
to speak
degree.
to the loan representative, and we will have at least
Deep
2 hours of
involved roleplay.
Yes.
of
Please
you guys
alone.
filling
I'm
out
on it.
bank applications.
I
okay?
promise I'm not bored. I just really want my master's. Please give me gold.
So
No, but that
What
is
I
something
just
you
heard
could
you
do
say-
because you're not this is not a typical adventure story. This is you're playing civil servants or something in a city that is functioning and thriving. It's one of the most. You're not in a rundown city. You're starting off in a really good spot, as far as comparatively speaking, right?
Could be worse.
You're not in the back of a wagon about to get your head chopped off, right?
My favorite part about this adventure path is I have zero idea where this goes. Like
Yeah.
for Giant Slayer or Carrying
not going
Crown.
anywhere.
Yeah,
like,
it definitely doesn't
The
sell.
object, the AP, is
Yeah,
to take
like-
out a 20,000 gold piece loan and pay it off by level 20.
Yeah. We're just
Stardew
we're
Valley?
just
That's how
gonna
you win.
like
That's how you win.
we're-
the game.
we're
We're
gonna
the Night
wander
Watch.
around and like the festival and help lost kids find their moms all the way to level
Yes.
20.
Well, it's 6 books. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no clue. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
And then
Yeah.
you
I
have
have
to
no
set
idea.
up. Don't forget, you got to set up electricity, and you got to make sure you tell me which district you're going to be paying the bills to on the taxes. Okay. No.
Not in on the sewers.
I hear you can get
Which-
a
where's
nice,
our layer
nice place in the
base?
puddles. Puddles is
Yeah.
you like taking baths, right?
prime real estate. Yeah. All right.
In the Cyberpunk TTRPG, you do have to pay your bills depending on how nice your living situation is.
Oh, you
to
know what? I
me-
can actually. Yeah, if you guys want
Oh,
to
there's
start
charts.
some stuff on Discord. Yeah, there's charts. I mean,
Charts,
originally I said
yeah.
that you guys were gonna have to worry about paying rent. So I'm not gonna worry about
Please don't make us worry about the
that.
paying
Nah,
rent.
nah, nah.
I have 2 dependents
I'm now on the
that both
street.
live. I have 2
I
dependents
get
that both live in my
into-
apartment.
I get hyper into things.
This is my escapism,
Systems
Dan.
and
Come on.
simulations.
I was gonna say, I mean, you're already giving us the whole company store thing of like, yeah, we pay you and you can borrow money from us,
Script.
and it's fine.
Yeah.
Capitalism
I
at
see
its
the problem
finest.
there. Okay, I had to equalize the
I'm sure the healthcare is
the
fantastic.
volume levels there. Yeah, but yeah,
I
you
think the
you have free healthcare.
Healthcare is you.
You got
Aren't
like
you our
a
doctor?
priest of Abadar hanging out.
Yeah,
that-
I'm pretty
in
sure
that.
he won't talk to us unless we pay our like 2 gold piece copay.
Fair is fair in their eyes, you know.
Yeah.
All right,
No.
we have some. Let me think. If there's something else I want to talk about. There was
Oh wait,
a
I had a
rule.
question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Looking at the quartermaster, I see she has special watch armor. Do I need to trade out my boring regular leather armor for leather armor of the watch?
If you went and purchased leather armor, that's yours, and you purchased it at full price. If you purchase the discount armor, it's
I assume
marked and
we all
everything
came
and
with
branded.
it. Do we not all start out with the watch
well,
armor?
that is up to you.
I don't
You
have the
can
watch
you
armor.
can. I don't know what's personal and what's not. So if you went,
My
if
character
you
would
consider,
not have had armor. So.
then refund yourself half the money and
Okay.
take that armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was my very important question.
No, that's good. I noticed that a few folks may not have made the purchases through.
Yeah, I will
the-
take Garb of the Watch because that one's free.
Where did it put it?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of rags.
Yep.
No, the uniforms are If that's basically a uniform, and they're just going to give you that,
Yeah.
they're not going to charge you.
Well,
just
I
some cloth.
purchased it, but it's not on my sheet.
Wait, no. People have to buy their own uniforms. That's the thing. That's what we're-
Oh, it's because I don't have any gold. That's why.
That's funny. So give yourself some gold.
Yeah. What's the
I was gonna say
story?
you should have started off with 15 gold, technically.
Yeah, she's already spent it.
Yeah.
She went down to the.
What did you spend it
Zilch.
Well,
on?
I was below 15, but then when you added the watch stuff, I think it put me over. Because it's showing me his total wealth of 25.
That is so
which is
funny. It says
not.
Devourer reaches for their coins but comes up short.
Oh,
Wow,
is
shame.
Oh,
funny.
everybody
Is
sees
that-
that. Everybody sees that.
Oh,
You're
that's
shame.
Savara's
humiliating.
broke as shit.
It's like, oh, she's getting their money.
What is this?
Get
how
her!
much does it cost? 1 gold piece. Okay, damn it. I'm giving myself money.
I bought all my gear
Oh, it won't let me.
firsthand. I don't think I have anything from the watch other than the belt. Like the belt pouch.
Oh, I have
Here we
spreadsheets. Okay.
Okay, all right. You're gonna have to give it to me because I couldn't figure out how to sell it, so I dragged my old armor to the quartermaster and didn't give me any money.
It just says you gave
I
it
will
to her.
bestow
Yeah.
it upon you. What
Thank
is it?
you.
The padded armor?
No, leather armor of the watch.
The armor of the watch.
Thank you. I don't want to be naked.
Man, as somebody who doesn't wear armor or use weapons, I have plenty of money.
Oh man. My Wednesday group is fighting a creature with adamantium claws. It just literally shredded the armor off of the monk. Like, he's naked again. This is not the first time he's been naked in the
Oh my.
vaults either. Just ripped it.
Sunder's such a hard sell. You know, on both sides of the equation.
It's not even Sunder. If it crits you, it does damage to your armor directly and ignores 10 points of hardness. Yeah, tell me that sounds fucking balanced. Holy shit. It's about to fuck them up.
Like higher level acid runes do that too, which I thought was messed up. It's just like, damn, you get crit by somebody, you just lose your.
One last thing.
Anyway.
Sorry,
I'm still naked.
I gave it to you.
It's not
No?
showing up.
Oh, I thought I did. Sorry. It's weird. Oh, all right, hold on. Naked and afraid.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, why isn't it?
Can I
gonna
just
give you
add
a-
it to my sheet?
That's so odd. Yeah, it's not applying. Just give yourself leather armor and rename leather armor of the watch.
Okay.
That's all I did.
Okay.
It's very unusual. Why? It's fucking armor. Okay. One last thing. One house rule. I read it somewhere. I liked it. If you are moving and you come to something that you want to do an interact action with, like a door, most probably an obvious example, you can spend that action to move it, but I feel that you can still use the remainder of your action that was the remainder
It's
of
opening the
your
door.
the remainder of your speed that you had available for that action that you stopped.
Yeah, so that's how D&D Fifth Ed does their movement.
Oh, really? Okay.
Two
So-
things in the middle.
Damn it. Forget it. I don't want to use it now.
Well, you're not talking about like move, attack, move, right? You're
No,
just talking about, like, opening
interact.
doors. Yeah.
Interact
That's
actions.
what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, I guess D&D is
So-
anything. Like you
Is
can
anything,
move,
yeah.
attack, and then move again.
I think
yeah.
it's a barbarian thing in the system where there's a feat to do that, so don't take it if you're a barbarian, which I don't think you are.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's like I'm pretty sure it's in 2E where there's a barbarian feat's like burst through a door on your way there, but if you fail, you just slam into the door.
That's
Is it called Kool-Aid Man?
No clue. It's not through a wall, just a door.
All right.
I know.
Think-
I know. Pathfinder First Edition used to have a spell that would like weaken a door or a wall so that you could Kool-Aid Man through it.
What game was this?
oh yeah,
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
that's the verbal component also.
20.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna do some scripted pieces. What time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock.
You gotta get in it.
Yeah, we got to get into this. We're going to do some intros. Some.
Are we going to roll to see who goes first?
No. Well, you should all be ready, so I'll just call you out when we're starting. I thought about putting it down who's going to go with, but I was like, just everybody should be ready. All right.
Are we splitting some of them up?
Yes, some of them are getting split, so it's gonna be a thing. Just give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
So you can't see it, but right here, imagine a black cat sleeping peacefully, just out of view.
Now bother.
I almost wonder if it's worth just pointing my camera at her and nothing else, because her new like sitting spot is like.
I mean, I feel like most of the time when you take a picture of a black cat, it's just like a shadow, anyways.
Oh, it's not
It's like,
she's
oh, look at my
great.
black cat. I was like, all I see is a dark spot. Yep, that's her.
It's hard to photograph black-furred animals.
Okay.
She's very cute.
Oh, kitty cat.
Cat cam.
She wanted to say hi.
Oh, damn it. I wasn't looking. I missed it. I missed
Oh
the
well,
cat.
she's gone now. So
I saw her tail.
yeah. Please not get her back. Give her back to me right now. She just got fur in my wine.
What's that?
Oh, my cat walked across my desk, and I think she got a piece of fur in my glass of wine.
Oh.
It's not the worst thing.
Present to remember her by.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Gonna try something new here. It should be. I've tested it thoroughly, so I know it is bound to not work.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god! I need more monitors.
Yeah.
It's official.
Yeah,
Do it. Yes.
I'll pitch in.
Where would
You
I
know,
put
you're
it?
$3 a week from your stream eventually.
Yes.
Couple
Hey,
years.
Let's
You
get
got
those
8
subs going, man. Get the
You have
monitor
8
funds.
viewers.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I only care about the 4 that are sitting in front of me.
Chat's already betting on who dies first, y'all.
Oh shit! I just moved the thing.
Amazing.
Okay. And now I can't find my mouse. My mouse I have mouse blindness right now.
I hate that.
Why is that happening?
Because it's on whatever monitor you're not looking at.
No, it's there. There it goes. Man, I could see where it was going, but I couldn't see it. It's very. They're all against me. Who left? It's not funny. All right. Need to have this over here. That affect things? I don't think it will. I think I can drag things on top of the Discord window. As long as I don't make it full screen, I'm alright.
Popping out the video window is really handy, by the way. Thank you. That way I can make that part much
yeah.
larger.
Hopping out what?
Sir, in your future reference, you can pop out the video window so you don't have to worry about clicking off of it in Discord.
Also, you
can make your
not
cameras
waste room to all the sidebars.
Oh, well, see, if I did that, I would have to redo everything. Because
Oh, yeah,
Do not do it now,
I'm not doing it now. All right.
but for future reference.
Okay. Are you ready to begin the Agents of Edgewatch? If you had to empty your bowels, too late. Do it while you're sitting there.
You though, I hear my kids coming upstairs to say hi to me. Without fail.
Yes.
Maybe not.
Right
Okay.
before you pull, AFK. Hold on, whoa, AFK.
Hold on.
AFK.
Countdown's going. So somebody's like, bio.
Okay, so this is the start. Here we go. This should work here. Okay. Here we go. Blackout. Open to a distant shot of a sprawling coastal metropolis. The city's bay is teeming with a variety of sailboats, gliding on the calm waters or moored on the numerous docks that fringe the shoreline. Moving past the harbor, the cityscape is a tapestry of architectural diversity, multi-layered roofs, majestic minarets, and graceful onion domes rising high above a maze of winding streets. Absalom, city at the center of the world, its grandeur second to none. Some even call it the jewel of the inner sea. The comparison is uncanny to the politicians, bureaucrats, and merchants who, much like a keen-eyed jeweler, excel at identifying its flaws and exploiting them. For in this war of strings, they scramble for whatever bits of power they can hold. But it is all just an illusion. For what value is there in possessing something that you cannot control? True power lies in the mystery of secrets, for a secret is a very tangible thing, especially to those who fear its exposure. Much like a delicate fruit, a secret requires careful cultivation. Harvest it prematurely or delay its exposure, and you diminish its efficacy. We, the chosen, understand the value of these sacred mysteries and twist them to serve our purpose. One singular purpose, unwavering control. Control of the city and its people. For through our careful manipulation of these secrets, we will establish our hold on this city like never before, and continue to wield the power that comes with it. This is the only way to ensure our survival and dominance over all who would dare to challenge us. For the hour of twilight has arrived for the jewel of the inner sea, and we welcome it with open arms. End scene.
That was so cool.
Isn't that awesome? There is a slide.
Yes.
There is a slideshow.
Cool.
That is rad as hell.
Foundry.
Yeah.
This art is amazing. I want to know the picture of every single piece.
I know.
There was
The
some pretty
sharks?
cool. There was some
Yeah.
pretty awesome images there.
The sharks, them like flying down.
Yeah.
The one of the dwarf like plummeting off of the cliff with a seagull going, "Hey!"
That is a
That was
scene
awesome.
of
Yeah, what's that
someone
from?
trying to pass the test of the Starstone.
Oh, nice.
Failure.
Because all you have to do is cross. You have to cross the chasm, and there's
That's
a whole chapter in the AP that goes over all of the failed attempts and the people who would be gods. Because as you know, the city of Absalom is the site of no less than 3 ascended gods who, through the test of the Starstone, have emerged to become cosmic beings. Some very deliberately, other by chance. And the Starstone is open to all to attempt to pass.
Let's just go do that instead.
Yeah,
You prepped that, right?
totally.
Oh.
The Ascendant Court is the site of where the Starstone Cathedral is. And it is filled with cults worshiping an individual, a cult of personality, who they feel is going to be the next one to cross over successfully.
Mm.
Yes, that guy did not do so well. Okay, so that is the intro. Now we will visit yeah, we find ourselves in a large, crowded courtyard. So let's go there. Let me shuffle some stuff around. Mystery Mouse is gone again. Thanks for making my life stressful. All right, there we go. I can see what's being highlighted, so at least that gets me there. So, like I said, we are at a large, crowded courtyard filled with long, scarred wooden tables packed with people. Though the group is diverse, with several individuals representing a wide variety of ages, sizes, and ancestries, they share one common trait. Over all their clothing, they wear a teal, gold, and white tabard, bearing a shield with a single shining eye, the symbol of the Watch of Absalom. The yard is loud and raucous, filled with the boisterous conversation of men and women relaxing over a meal after a hard day of training. Practically an island in this sea of activity, a slender young woman sits at the table, engrossed in the thick tome that's laid out in front of her. There's a bowl of stew next to the book, from which she takes occasional careful bites. A dark curl slips free of the purple scarf piled atop her head, and she idly reaches up a khaki-toned hand to tuck it back in. An impressively large half-orc stomps down the row between tables, seemingly oblivious as he knocks into the backs of the people seated to either side. He spies the one space with enough room to accommodate his bulk, which happens to be next to the woman with the tome. He pushes his way there and slams his stew down on the table heavily, and a greasy glop flies out of the bowl to land on the book. The woman reaches out and carefully cleans the food off the page, then looks at her finger as if unsure of where to wipe it. She pulls out a handkerchief and cleans her finger, frowning at the grease spot on the page. She turns toward the large man who has just settled into the stool beside her. Her golden eyes are intense behind her glasses.
It's less likely to spill if you set it down gently.
The man shrugs. Supper's messy business. He digs his spoon into the bowl and shovels another heaping mound of stew into his mouth. Realizing she's still looking at him, he grins at the spoon. She watches for a moment as it drips down his chin, then turns back to her book, scooting a few inches to the side to hopefully get out of the splash radius. She takes another careful bite of her own stew, then continues reading. The half-orc works steadily on his dinner for a minute or two before speaking. What you're reading that's more interesting than supper anyway. He hadn't entirely finished his last bite before speaking, and bits of gravy splatter out of his mouth when he does. Without looking up, the woman replies,
It's an account of the defeat of Karnas the Angelbinder.
Who's that? Now she looks at him. Karnas orchestrated the radiant siege that nearly decimated Absalom in 1619. Oops, sorry. I got thrown off because someone
Stealing
followed.
my line!
Now she looks at him. I knew it was going to happen to this once.
Karnas orchestrated the radiant siege that nearly decimated Absalom in 1619.
She pauses for recognition. Then, when there appears to be none, she continues.
It is the entire reason we are about to celebrate another Radiant Festival, to commemorate those who fell in that conflict. Indirectly, it's the reason that the Edgewatch exists at all. I thought that learning about the siege would enrich my enjoyment of the festival.
She watches him for a moment, then, when he appears incurious, turns back to her book. The guard takes another 2 large bite and looks her up and down while he chews. Ermigas, you were Lotus Guards. She bobs her head slightly in acknowledgement. He scoffs. Nice cushy job, that, policing a bunch of soft, noble types. The scum we had to round up down at the harbor would eat you for breakfast. Hope you're ready for some real work. His grin is all tooth and no kindness. The woman stares at a stringy piece of meat stuck between his front teeth, then wrenches her eyes away to meet his. She cocks her head.
The residents of the Petal District are, by and large, the victims of crime, not the perpetrators. The Lotus Guard has their hands more than full keeping the streets safe from ruffians.
The man snorts. All them pure, perfect nobles. They never do no crimes. Totally innocent, those rich folks.
I didn't say that. It's simply that lace-collar crimes are beyond the purview of the Lotus Guard.
Sure, you don't look for something, you don't see it. Handy how that works.
What do you mean? Oh, no, not view, purview. You know, the scope, the jurisdiction.
She watches to see if he understands.
It's not part of the Lotus Guard's responsibilities.
The man's face hardens. Fancy books and fancy words won't do you much good out on the streets. He scrapes the last bit of stew from the bottom of the bowl, licks it menacingly, then pushes a stool back with a loud screech. As he walks away, he bumps into the young woman's back, jostling her arm into her bowl and sloshing her stew. A few seats down, a white-haired woman with a scar across the bridge of her nose looks up.
It's Savara, right? You should be more careful about which enemies you make. He wasn't entirely wrong, you know. Brawn is the main currency around these parts, not brains. And by that measure, Borzal.
She nods to the hulking form of a half-orc now leaving the courtyard.
Is one of the richest fuckers in the watch.
Savara turns around and scans his retreating figure, calculating this new information. She hadn't meant to make an enemy, but Borzal had certainly seemed to take it as such.
Perhaps it would be best to avoid him in the future.
And Theta. Now we're going to go to okay. Yes, we always see as darkness right now. But if this was in smell-o-vision, the theater would be filling with the stench of decay as it wafts.
Wafts?
Wafts and wafts. It wafts and wafts. It's doing it all. Across our senses. And we will begin. Oh, that's not right. This one's just going to be. I think that's it. Yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet where we are right now. Okay. With suddenness, the heavy stench of decay, rot. Then quickly, the swelling volume of panic screams, eroding the silence surrounding her. Sounds of a bell tower signaling an alarm in the distance. Ka-dong, ka-dong, ka-dong. All of her senses are consumed by chaos and destruction. A voice nearby barks out urgently, "They're here!" As abruptly as it came, the voice is gone, replaced by the crackling sound of gurgling fluid. A voice speaks, breaking through the chaos and bringing with it a soothing wave of muted peace. In stillness, find strength. In breath, find peace. In this dance of existence, find your light. With every inhale, invite calmness and peace. With every exhale, let go of tension and sorrow. It is in this union of breath and movement, discovered balance. Screams and shouting fade, pushed far into the distance. Then a loud crash, followed by a guttural and throaty shriek, echoing with an unnatural depth. Then somewhere else you hear the voice, "Kanthi, run!" Her eyes flash open, her breathing now hard and as sweat glistens off her body. She swallows, reacquainting herself to her surroundings. The same well-worn wooden floor, the same multi-armed training dummies. A cool breeze carries the sounds of the foreign district, filtering through the window, framing the distant peak of an immense mountain obscured by clouds. Perhaps that is all the time we have for today. The speaker rises from the lotus position opposite Kanthi. He is an older Verdrani male with dark skin, well-manicured beard, and handlebar mustache. His eyes are faded blue, reminiscent of a cloudless sky. Behind the veil of age, there's a sparkle that hasn't dimmed, a glimmer of kindness and understanding. Atop his head, a colorful head wrap of overlapping fabrics in teal and gold. The man, Shristi Malipdra, exudes a sense of confidence, maturity, sophistication, and authority. She steadies her breath.
Yeah, I think so too.
Her voice unsteady as her gaze falls to the floor. Would you like to try again tomorrow?
Yes, teacher.
She gives a short bow before pulling herself to her feet. A soft knock on an open threshold. Another student, a sand-colored dwarven woman, enters the chamber after a moment, bearing a sealed scroll case. After giving a short bow to Shristi, she turns and hands the case to Kanthi. This was dropped off by one of the sandals a short while ago. She hesitates and gives a nervous glance Shristi's way. Did not want to disturb you. Kanthi pops the lid off the case and lets the parchment slide into her calloused hands. The Aurorium. Shristi arches a brow curiously after observing Kanthi's quick perusal of the missive. She breathes in a deep and whispers under her breath.
Fuck. I need to go, teacher. Thank you for your time today.
She bows her head in reverence. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
She hurries out the door. Fancy! Oh, isn't this fun?
Mm-hmm.
This is you only get to do these kind of deals once, right? Where we get to really introduce people for the very first time. I just love it.
No pressure.
Well, I mean, we're doing it. We're totally doing it.
Yeah.
Totally doing it. I keep hearing noises, but I don't know what's happening. Someone's cheering. Oh, someone cheered for Kanthi. Nice.
It's
Kanthi's a hit!
Woo!
All right. Now we go. Let's go to somewhere a little closer to the shore, to the docks. Going to the docks. And as we zoom into the scene, I mean, the docks of Absalom are the lifeblood of the city. Absalom is the success it is purely due to being strategically placed in a along the inner sea in the center of the world, pretty much, and being a friendly port of call. That it just makes a lot of sense for it to be very successful as a trade thing. And the docks are the most important part of it. It's constantly busy, and there's efficiency to it. It may not look like it to the untrained eye, but there is very much an efficiency to it. And in the docks, there is a tall structure that is looks about as old as everything else here, and has been blasted by seawater over many centuries. There's a lot of people coming in and out of this place, and they're all wearing sailor uniforms that in the color of the Absalom, teal and gold. Are we doing the descriptive scene description as well? Like, are we reading this like a screenplay? Well, we go to the interior of this building.
Definitely reading it.
And this is Crestwatch, the headquarters of the Harbor Guard, are quite arguably one of the most important police forces in the city. Because if those docks don't run smooth, the city stops working. So we open in the daytime. Some crazy person yelling in the background. It happens. We open in a Spartan office with an imposing desk squarely in the center. Behind, a small window offers a peek into the rainy day outside. Oh, I totally forgot to make it rain. Gotta make it rain, man. Oh, we'll skip it. Imagine the sound of rain. Sound of rain, a constant undercurrent, punctuated at times with the sounds of distant ships' bells mingling with the calls of dockhands. Seated at the desk and hard at work is Captain Taggart. Short, severe, all business. She is a halfling. She is interrupted by a knock on the door. Come in. The door opens and in walks Yelena, stocky, strong, yet apprehensive. She comes to a halt, front and center, snapping off a smart salute. Yelena, punctual as always. Have a seat. Yelena hesitates. It's clear there's an undercurrent of major tension between the two of them.
I will stand. Thank you.
Of course. Taggart takes a moment to organize some papers, taking her time. It's almost clearly a ploy to make Yelena uncomfortable. Yelena remains motionless, rigid, clearly making an effort to not be on edge. I saw your report on the Blithgo case. Impressive stuff.
Happy to be of service, ma'am.
I'm sure. Taggart continues to a file left conspicuously on her desk. Visible on the label is the name Blithgo. Practically a masterclass in report writing. Every T crossed, every I dotted. Perfectly by the book.
Would you have preferred otherwise?
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, I've come to expect nothing less than strict adherence to protocol with you. When it suits you. Taggart leans forward, resting her chin on folded hands. But now, I can respect that. After all, I always say the law is rigid, for I am not.
Ma'am.
Taggart continues to smile as she pulls out a different file. This one is labeled Yelena. It's labeled Yelena. Yelena's eyes flick down to it momentarily, the first hint of an emotion crossing her face. Concern.
Is this to be a disciplinary measure?
Oh, quite the contrary. It's congratulatory. Taggart withdraws a letter from the file. The top of it bears a letterhead with the seal of Absalom. You're being reassigned. Yelena's calm facade finally breaks, openly confused at the news.
I was unaware there were any openings. What division? Did someone transfer?
You did. Out of Crestwatch. My Crestwatch. Taggart offers Yelena the letter, and Yelena snatches it out of her hands, scanning over it frantically. The Primarch's been on a bit of a warpath with the restoration of the Precipice Quarter, and needs more hands to clear out the trash. You're to report to Knight Sergeant Ladidrele Rulthrame at Vigil's Hope. Effective immediately.
But does Headweather know about this?
Who do you think recommended you? Yelena's hands tighten on a letter, wrinkling it slightly. She trembles, clearly in the throes of strong emotions.
I will need time to make accommodations.
Everything's already sorted. Even so, scored you a place for cheap. Over by Jasper Street. We know you've got that kid of yours to look after. Yelena falls silent. Taggart gets up from the desk, walking to stand in front of Yelena, sizing her up. Between you and me, I'd thank me lucky stars. Anyone that pulled half the shit that you have, I'd expected them to be chummed 6 times over by now. This transfer is a much better option, I think. Yelena doesn't respond, refusing to meet her gaze. Don't tell me you honestly thought no one would notice. Your little side gig with the lodgers, that little indiscretions under the moonlight. Thought you might catch a hint by now. Keep your head down, follow orders. But I guess you don't know when to quit.
The law is rigid, but I am not.
Taggart reaches upward suddenly, grabbing Yelena by the collar, yanking her down to eye level. Yelena still staunchly avoids meeting her eyes. Listen here, you sufferable little shit. You are a very small fish in a very big goddamn ocean. Yet, that's my ocean. Yet you insist on taking a massive shit on the whole process. This whole thing, this whole system works because of me. You may have a few pals on your side here, but at the end of the day, everyone from Sten to Sturm answers to the Tackle Queen. You don't have to take this promotion. Leave your badge and walk out the door. Catch and release works for me. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Look at me. Am I clear? Then it finally turns to look at her, any pretense of masking emotion gone, eyes filled with deep and utter contempt.
Stop.
Taggart releases her, again, kind of dropping that severe demeanor, and pats down the wrinkles on her uniform. Doesn't even look at her, she's just kind of staring away, maybe focusing on the lapels. Perfect. I knew you'd take it. You know, we'll miss you here in the Harbor Guard.
No, you won't.
Well, either way, you should watch your back, monster hunter. End the scene. That was intense.
Man,
Monster Hunter?
that sounds familiar. Is there a comma between those 2 words?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Are you
fuck
plagiarizing
up.
yourself?
Yes! Leave me alone! That was the name of my opening screen for my character in the Starfinder game we played, was Monster Hunter.
Yes, I remember that.
And then it became Monster, comma, Hunter.
Yep, when the whole thing with my family came to light.
Nice.
That was wild.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Okay, now we cut. Let's see here. Okay, so now we cut to a nighttime scene. We go from the day of the docks to the night, some obscure alleyway. Okay. A narrow, moonlit alley winds between stone-worked buildings. That does not sound like an alley to me. Okay, hold on. What's going on?
Too late for criticism.
You hear the sound of starship engines in the distance.
Yes.
Yeah. The deadline is passed.
Okay. Good enough. Start over.
I'm gonna say you wrote this, my dude.
No, I was just doing the
realized you were talking
music.
about the music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the script at first. It was like,
Yeah, I was like, you wrote this part.
No. It was the sound of water splashing. Okay. A narrow, moonlit alley winds between stoneworked buildings, shrouded in eerie shadows. The full moon's pale glow barely illuminates the cobblestones, casting distorted shadows, and creating an unsettling atmosphere. The huddled form of a snoring vagrant lying amongst the trash and refuse. The sounds of muffled laughter can be faintly heard through shuttered windows, warped with age. A short figure, fully cloaked and hooded, barely 3 feet in height, steps out of the shadows. As if a ghost. 2 fleshy strips protrude from under the top of the cowl of this strange individual. Is it the cricket? A symbol of lost dreams? Or is it the victim of the crow who takes things we love from us? Cat tilts its head. Perhaps it is the survivor. Discarded vestige of the last siege. The vagrant, startled by this short figure, spouting nonsense.
Eh? What's that, governor? I ain't doing no harm. Please, leave me to myself.
The figure continues to approach, silently, deliberately. A smile of crooked teeth, a shine of a blade from beneath the cloak, its edge shattered but still lethal. In a blur of motion, he is upon the vagrant, delivering a fatal blow to the midsection. But there is no groan of pain or splash of blood or the spilling of innards. Instead, there is stuffing. A match is struck by what is actually a gnome.
Man, fuck you. Do you know how long it took me to make that costume? If it's not some pox to noble causing troubles, it's used lunatics. I hate night shifts.
The figure hops backward with alarming alacrity, broken blade still traying on his victim. Ooh, this is the theater, deception, and tricksiness. How have you been, old friend? Let us see you return home, eh? The strange figure unveils a deck of cards with a bandaged hand. It spreads them. The edges of these cards flash against the moonlight with a deadly keenness. Wen's eyes track the figure and his strange weapon as she lights the signal flare for backup.
Come now, we've got a nice warm room for you. Why don't you put those cards down? We can go see about getting you some help and some food.
Now the figures, against the glow of the flare in the sky, just kind of tilts his head again and smiles. Crooked teeth, chapped lips, unshaven, some stubble, uneven in patches. And again, those weird fleshy strips that kind of peek out from the top of the cowl. And he kind of grins like, I'm going to come get you. And then he jerks his head in recognition, as if something is aware of something, smelling something. He swiftly evades, narrowly escaping a silvery spinning blade that zooms past him from above, embedding itself into a wooden frame of a nearby structure. Looking upward, he locates the source. It is a humanoid figure crouched along the crest of an adjacent rooftop, their silhouette starkly outlined against the backdrop of a full moon. Trails of cloth floating in the soft wind. The diminutive stranger shrieks, "No! The empty throne! No! No! I'm not ready! Not ready!" With incredible spryness, he darts off, ricocheting off the walls of the alley and vaulting over a 10-foot wall. In a flash of a moment, he is gone, along with the mysterious newcomer on the roof. The gnome, completely surprised by this new figure and annoyed by the sudden fleeing of her mark, yells,
"Halt in the name of the watch!"
But it's too late, as the unnaturally athletic figure bounds away and the rooftop figure melts into the night.
It's a bloody toil day. Why are all the crazies out tonight? Lorella's gonna have kittens.
Wen waits in a now empty alley with her ruined disguise as the sounds of her backup finally start to arrive. And we end the scene.
Just quick clarification. What pronouns does Win use? Was it
Her, them.
Okay. Thank you. Wow. Girl power.
Yeah.
I know. We talked about naming the AP after
Wait.
like a team of girls, but then it's like, now what? Now,
Lady-
if somebody dies, they have to make they're just hard locked
Yes,
into
yeah.
that.
Yes.
It's Charlie's Angels. We don't take.
I,
We don't
I,
take.
Girls'
I still
night.
thought that femme non fatale was like,
Yeah,
That was
that could be your informal team name. You know, that could be.
That's what we call ourselves.
yeah.
I just can't wait for our first
You
lady.
go get matching tattoos. Maybe it's maybe your
Ladies'
Oh my
squad.
god! I was thinking like a rose. I know it's a little out there.
Fame,
I'm not getting a rose on my body.
fame non-lethal. Femme non-lethal.
Yeah, but non fatale plays
Non-fatale.
on non
Yes.
not on femme
It's-
fatale.
Yep. It's better. It's better. Oh man. Okay. So that was the start. We have a few more to go.
Yeah.
And then I got a
We
few
write
more to
a
go.
lot.
This is all going to be fucking
Ooh.
intros
Yeah.
tonight, I feel.
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, that's totally fine with me. Okay. Now we're gonna go to. Nope, don't care for that.
Sonic's back up on the
Did not try to
Twitch
open
stream.
iTunes. Go away. What's that?
That Sonic ad popped up on the stream.
Oh shit. That's weird that I'm not getting the ad notifications. I don't know when there's an ad going. Thank you for that. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to Savava. We're gonna fade in out from the night with the guards approaching Wendelin to probably daytime now, where we are hearing some grunts and weapon swings and shouting of a cadence, perhaps some encouraging words. And yes, we fade into the sounds and of shouts, grunts, clashing steel, and the bark of commands. Numerous Edgewatch recruits are scattered throughout the large, dusty yard, some sparring in pairs and some drilling in small squads under the late morning sun. There is a wide range of martial skill and experience represented, from fresh-faced new recruits who barely know which end of a sword to hold, to grizzled guards who have clearly seen years of hard work and harder fighting. On one side of the yard, Savara stands among a line of novice recruits. They're watching a pair of their peers spar into the direction of a watch sergeant. Neither combatant looks particularly confident as they swing their padded wooden sticks at each other, and the contact they make appears almost entirely accidental. The trainer's rising frustration is clear. Follow through on that swing, Gulthus. We don't want to go killing anyone, certainly, but you have to hit them hard enough for them to notice. After a few more rounds, she waves them off. That's enough now, PM. Perhaps we could benefit from a demonstration. She casts her gaze about the courtyard, then calls out. Berzal, come, help me show these new recruits how to swing a stick. A large figure plods over, and we can see the smirk of the half-orc from the dinner the night before. He glances down the line of recruits, and as his eyes fall on Savara, his grin widens. My pleasure. He steps up and grabs a training club, flips it once in the air, then squares off against the trainer. The pair trade blows for a few rounds, then their swings much more forceful than the previous display. Berzal's hits in particular land with solid thumps against his opponent's weapon. The watching recruits flinch at the impacts. Even with this padded bats, an unblocked blow would be quite painful. After a few minutes, they step apart. Berzal grins at the trainer and says, maybe one of these newbies wants to try me. We all know where this is going. The trainer hesitates, looking down the line. Perhaps with that one. Berzal cuts her off. He's pointing his training club at Savara. Let's see what she's got. The trainer follows his gaze to Savara, whose eyes have widened slightly. Berzal is at least twice the girl's size, and for a moment she considers suggesting a different partner. But everyone here signed up for this, and it's not like some street brigand would pull their punches. Better to face a challenge for the first time here in the relative safety of the training guard. The captain steps to the side as she moves past Berzal. She mutters, Don't hurt her too badly, please. He smirks in reply. Savara steps forward and picks up a padded club. She's been training with them for a while now, but it's entirely against wooden dummies and other recruits. Here, facing this beast of a man, the padded stick feels foreign and wholly inadequate in her hand. Berzal swings and Savara steps back instinctively, and just like that, they are sparring. He aims several heavy swings at her, and for her first few moments, she is occupied entirely by avoiding his blows. While he doesn't appear to be swinging at her quite as hard as he had the trainer, it is quite clear to Savara that these hits would leave nasty bruises. She doesn't dare attempt to parry with her own weapon, but she finds it surprisingly easy to fall into a rhythm, almost as if her feet know what to do.
All of those dancing lessons were a complete waste of time. She thinks.
Thank you. They continue to circle, Savara doing her best to ignore Berzal's mocking grin.
Has a rhythm too.
She realizes, and suddenly his movement resolves itself into choreographed patterns in her mind.
Step, shift the weight, pivot, swing.
She considers this as she continues to dodge and mix it, and though he mixes up his pattern, she notices that it consistently takes him a moment to recover his balance after his forceful swings.
Step, step, shift the weight, swing. Step, pivot, swing. Step, swing.
He no longer seems like an impenetrable mountain. Seeing her opening, Savara darts in, following his swing with one of her own, and the watching recruits gasp and cheer as she makes first contact. When her padded club lands solidly on his shoulder, she is almost as surprised as he is, and she immediately steps back away from him. Berzal's grin turns instantly to ire, and he lunges forward to land a mighty blow in her arm. She stumbles back and lands hard on her tailbone, looking up at him with wide golden eyes as she cradles her screaming arm. For a moment, it looks as if he is going to swing at her again, but the trailer steps in between them. That's enough! She stares down Berzal for a beat before he turns and stalks off, tossing his weapon in the general direction of the weapon rack as he passes by. The trainer turns back to Savara and offers her a hand up. Not bad. Good instincts. Cool head, at least until you got hit. She eyes her appraisingly, then says, best if you don't stand where you could get hit, Get patched up, go see Fletworth, tell her I said to issue you a crossbow. We can always do with another steady trigger finger. Savara gives a brief nod of thanks, murmurs. She says, yes, so.
I said it, but it didn't pick up. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
the
sir.
very first beat of your what you're saying is not coming through. Then scurries off to follow orders, happy for a reason to leave the training ground. She will have her vengeance. That is the end of that scene. Okay. That trainer is pretty much someone that, will be around. She is, oh my gosh, what did I say her name was? Did I give that to you, Rachel?
Yeah, you did. Hold on, let me find it.
Okay.
Because it was just.
She is from.
She's Tian.
Chenza.
Katsuyo. Where is it?
She's kind of like the weapons master of Edgewatch, so she is in charge of everyone's training, pretty much, and make sure your weapons are at least serviceable. Okay, yeah, just send me that later. All right.
Triya Katsuyo.
Yeah, just put it put in the list of.
Oh, okay.
Just at least.
Yeah.
Okay, in the list of names. All right, now we have the conclusion of Kanthi's thing. She got the letter directing her to the Aurorium, which we're not sure if you know what that is, but maybe we'll find out at some point in the future. It's a giant arena in Absalom. Everybody knows about it, actually. All right. You can hear it. All right. There you are. I mislabeled part 1 as part 2. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. We fade into the sounds of shouts. Sorry, we just did that. Sorry. God damn it. Okay. The sound of footsteps echo off the dank walls and high ceiling of an expansive and outstretched stone walkway. The muffled sounds of a roaring and cheering crowd can be heard overhead. We see the source of the footsteps, a dark-skinned and tonally defined woman, as she continues down the twisting passages with a certain familiarity. Her long, flowing, and curly black hair bouncing with her hurried pace. She arrives at a large wooden door where a slim man with a blood-stained smock waits outside. A bronze placard next to the door reads, Infirmary. Straight this way? He opens the door as she passes into the dimly lit room. The smell of blood is instantly overwhelming. Cries and whimpers can be heard calling out from behind the curtained-off partitions. He's in this one. A dark hand reaches up as silver bracelets and metallic armbands clink together. The curtain is yanked open. Behind is a man who on a stained bed. He looks up, handsome, young, Fujarani. Facial hair lines his sharp jawline, and piercing brown eyes stare back at the woman before him. I told them I'm fine. I don't need any more.
Save it.
She sets her teeth and rolls up her sleeves.
Show me.
You need to understand. I'll be fine, though this time it is not words, but a glare that stops his whining. He looks off and away before throwing off the brown sheet stretched over his legs. A gash is revealed, blood and pus, slowly oozing from a wound in his right calf.
This is deep.
I'm fine. Strong hands grasp his leg, and he lets out a groan as it's moved into a more advantageous position to be worked on. Clean padding and alchemical sterilants are put to use in cleaning the wound. The pair is silent as she works. The only sound coming from him are occasional grunts. Thread and needle emerge from a small kit. Her dexterous hands begin the painful process of closing the wound. Do we have anything to numb it? It's not exact. He is interrupted once more as the needle slips a little too far for the wound, which causes him to breathe in deep through his teeth. Never mind. Her eyes do not drift from the work as she finally speaks.
I'm taking the offer.
What? We discussed this. You said you would stay here. He flashes her a handsome grin. I need my nurse. He reaches out to place a hand on her arm. You can still go back to that temple whenever you want. It's not what this is about. We live in Absalom. You can find another teacher, perhaps. Besides, who is going to patch me up after a fight? Surely not Mother. He glances and calls out as the needle slips once again.
I have made up my mind.
The coldness finally drops, and she looks up at him with pity in her eyes.
Do you not understand how much it hurts to see you like this?
She gestures down to the wound.
This is lucky, Karn. One day you won't be. Fighting in the Iorium is dangerous.
It wouldn't be dangerous if you came back with me. We made a great team, you know. She lets out a deep sigh. The needle and thread are put away, and then outer bandages start to wrap the leg.
That part of my life is over, Karn. Those are childish thoughts and desires.
He grabs at her wrist. Childish? This is all I have left, Kathy. Our lives were destroyed after what happened. Unable to form the words, every night I hear the screams. I see their faces when I dream.
You're hurting me, Karn.
He does not relent and he squeezes tighter. I know you see them too. We are scarred people, Kanti. We cannot go back and change the past, but I can put fear and anger into something out there. I can fight, and I can kill, and I can put on a good fucking show while I do it. You do not get to act holier than thou. You are just in the deeper, and the gutter is I. She swallows once and shakes her head.
That's just it, Karn. I don't want to forget what happened to us, but I do want to move on. We cannot let that define the rest of our lives.
He lessens his grip, and she removes his hand from hers. I love you, Kanti.
I know.
She looks at him with deep sadness in her eyes, glancing down at her hands stained with his blood. She removes a small ring from her finger. What are you doing? She sets the ring within his palm and closes it. She holds his hand with both of hers.
I can't continue this. I need something more. I need time and space, Karn. Every time I look at you, all I see is your anger and your rage. A bottomless pit that I can feel myself slipping into.
He goes to speak and she shakes her head.
Goodbye, Karn.
As she stands, he reaches for her, but she's too fast. She's out of the room and down the hall before he calls out, Kanti! Kanti! The name echoes along the stone walls. Kanti! Tears stream down her cheeks, but she does not look back. End the scene. Totally cool. Okay, now this word from Sonic. It's not even a Sonic near me. That's fucked up.
Did you know Sonic has 50-cent Thursdays for corn dogs?
I could buy Sonic for 50 cents
Oh,
on
man.
Thursday? What a deal!
And that concludes our character intros.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Well
Show
done.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, well done, everybody. I love everyone's stuff.
Okay, now it's time to vote for the favorite.
Oh,
Which
I
one
was
did you
gonna
like
say-
the most, and which one did you hate?
Okay,
Let's-
everybody send in your bits to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I was gonna say, I
no,
thought
no,
that-
no,
Those
don't
people
even.
who are watching, yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
What's up?
Who lives, who dies? Because there's only 3 of you going to be playing this. Surprise! Surprise twist!
You
One of
got-
us gets the one, the
Could you
one in the
imagine? Oh
D20.
my god! What a mind! Imagine that.
Okay, everybody, look
Imagine
under
I
your
did
chair.
this,
There's
and
a
this was
pot.
my moment. That I was some kind of
That would be-
sociopath.
I would be so impressed though, because you got us hook, line, sinker.
Yeah, yeah.
On to the
Long
next. On to the
con.
next prank. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, it's been good.
You've been punked. You've been Pathfinder
Someone-
punked.
Like your front door knocks and there's like a letter.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Okay. We are done with the character intros, but we ain't done yet. We still got a little more.
Would this be an okay time for me to leave for like 2 minutes?
Let's take a 2-minute jawn
All right.
and absorb all that.
BRB.
Alright, I'll probably get like
2-minute ad break. I wish I could activate an ad break. No, whatever. It's
Can
fine.
you go back
I
to
don't even know
your
why I have
settings?
ads. Oh, what happened to? Oh, you know what?
Oh,
Let's
I
go to.
think if we turn off our cameras and messes with the
okay.
stream,
So we'll just go.
it might be better just to mute ourselves and then leave it as a blank background. Or that works, yeah.
Yeah.
Might be worth
I
having,
cannot
like, your-
isolate. Well, I guess I could. No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll still go right, but I'm just gonna mute myself so it doesn't.
Yeah, that's good. Mute yourself because that's probably the best course of action to take. All right. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta be right back though.
I return.
Hey, hi.
What's up?
Wow, perfect timing.
Okay, so I realized what the bits things was. I don't even know Who's putting bits in here?
Bits.
Who
You just gotta
knows?
pick
It
to peck of
Sizzle.
pickled peppers.
I know it's one of you.
anyone.
One of you guys. It's funny.
Be anyone. Weird.
It's definitely someone who's not biased.
Whoever it was, though, thinks
Conti.
Conti was the best.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe I have 500 bits sitting around and wanted to, or whoever. Sorry, not me. Whoever this person was might have had an extra 500 bits
Yeah.
from something.
This mysterious, benevolent stranger.
Were you playing like red jumpsuit apparatus as you walked away or something?
Oh, whoops.
How the hell did you get a warthog?
Nope. Wrong. I keep doing the wrong thing. Okay, wait.
Oh, that's ending. Starting soon.
But yeah. I forgot that I have to go into studio mode when I try to mess around with some of the
Oh, an OBS.
settings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because I was trying to fix the alerts that you were telling me about.
Hmm.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah,
If you're using OBS, it should have like its own.
Oh, I
option,
know.
Like just
yeah. I just have to move it. I didn't realize what it was going to look like, or didn't know.
That's what tonight's for. Working all the kinks.
Yeah, man. That's right.
Because when
You'll never
when
work
those
out my kink.
$1,000 bits start coming in, you know.
That's right. Cha-ching.
Shoot. Okay, are we all back? Oh,
I think so.
Yo.
Got my strawberry lemonade.
I got my water.
What?
Peppermint.
Because I drank all my beer.
I did finish
How
my
much-
glass of cap.
I miss having beers. I really wish I could still drink.
You know what? I'm gonna go get a beer. So give me a second.
Hell
Go for it. Yeah. Peer pressure.
You
Yeah.
earned it.
Yeah. I really wish I could still drink. I miss having
Ooh, hard
beers.
cider's also good.
That stopped like right before you came down here, right?
Yeah.
It was pretty close to that.
Yeah. No. I drank a shit ton when I went to visit Texas. Are you kidding me? Remember, I was the one who introduced, I think, both you and Sooner to taking shots of clear tequila.
Oh shit.
Well,
And you both couldn't hack it.
I've
And
had
then-
tequila before I met you. I want to be
Uh-huh.
clear. I've had
Yeah, but it
shots
was
of
shots.
tequila.
It was shots. Like the salt, the
Yeah.
lime, the tequila
Yeah.
thing. That was the first time you'd ever done it. And I was the only person who didn't cough or
For Sooner,
complain about it.
yes.
And so while
I
you
had done
two
that
were
before. I want to
hacking,
be clear.
Uh-huh. you two were hacking it up or saying no, and I was just talking to the bar. He was like, "Hey, you come out here often?" I was like, "No, I'm from California." And Suitor's over there like, "Oh, because he tried to sip a shot." I'm fine.
Bless his
I'm
heart.
fine. I'm fine.
Were you surprised?
Sip
though?
shot. Sipping tequila.
Cheers.
Hey, nice.
I'll toast with my.
Oh, do you have those
now.
beer
Oh
signs?
wow, it like disappears. That's cool. There we go.
Yo, sir, I think you're muted or something. Also, do you have those beer steins that you keep in the freezer? I love those things.
Mhm. Yeah, you broke your sound.
Definitely
Now you're
broken
muted.
sound.
Nope.
Nope.
Still can't hear, but you're unmuted.
You're gonna have to
Did your
restart
headphones
everything.
disconnect?
Hello,
Oh, no.
hello.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello!
Forget it.
Somehow I managed to turn my mic off. Okay.
Witchcraft. The sound system is
Wizardry.
witchcraft.
You
Wizardry.
failed to sustain the mic.
Yeah, you failed to
I
sustain.
should have one more round at least.
Yeah.
Wait, it should still last another turn though, right? We just learned
Yeah,
this.
well, no, that was. the
No,
extra-
not if you turn your sustain all the way down.
Yeah,
then
not
you
if
just-
it's interrupted.
Then it's completely dry.
Yeah.
Any AV nerds in the house tonight?
Hello, yes.
Sustained. Wasn't that the Bill and Ted?
Yes.
Is that Bill and Ted? Is that what you're saying yes
Oh.
to?
No, I thought you were gonna say, wasn't that the thing we were talking about in chat today?
Oh no. I know there was something Bill and Ted, those two little dudes. In Bogus Journey, not the other one. Come on, really? Nobody knows?
What's that? No.
It's been a long time
Bill
since
and
I've seen
Ted,
the
what
movie.
year is that?
Oh,
An
don't you
ancient
start this
one.
shit.
Ted.
Keanu
Oh my
Reeves.
god, that's before I was born.
Yeah, you babies.
Of course, it was before you were born. Are you
I can't
kidding
believe
me?
I can't believe I've been playing role-playing games longer than you've been born.
Yeah, long
Before
as
you were
been
born,
alive.
I've been.
Oh my god, 19.
I'll never forget. I was sitting with my friends and we were learning. I was the wildest dungeon master. I just wanted to see all these cool items in action. So I basically gave them artifacts like nobody's business, right? There's a bunch of artifacts in the old first edition. I think it was first.
AD&D?
Yeah. And they had all this stuff I would just give them. And I got to look at one of their sheets once, and I gave them the Axe of the Dwarvish Lords. It was a thing.
Oh yeah.
But he wrote it down as ACTS of the Dwarvish
Axe.
Lords. So we were just laughing.
Awesome.
We were laughing so hard. Like,
We
scoot,
have the
no, scat, no,
Gospels.
scoot, no, scoot,
Yeah.
no, scoot, no, scat, no, scoot. Like, he got so mad. He was like, oh my God, I remember that. He started like fucking punching us and shit. He was so embarrassed. It was so funny.
Oh,
I couldn't stop laughing.
God,
I just
dude.
couldn't stop laughing. I think that was the first time in my entire life that I have ever, was like a word, just change the word and it becomes funny. Like that was like my brain, like that was the first time in my life that happened. It was made my brain
I
break.
immediately thought
Axel
of biblical
Dwarven
canon. Yeah, it follows the Gospels of the Dwarven Lord, and then it's the letters of the Dwarf Peter to the Lords for the next few books, and then it's the prophecy of Dwarf John,
Yeah,
Dwarvelations.
the dwarf Peters are the last.
Yeah, the Dwarf Peter.
Peter the dwarf.
Okay.
Dwarf Judas.
So we have gone through the character
It
intros.
has been introduced.
We have gone through a somewhat of a mysterious intro. Some villain
Ellen.
speaking. And now we go somewhere else. We go to the fairgrounds of the Radiant Festival. And as I read through this, I want you to picture. I do not have slides presented for this, but I want you to picture the various things as they are being described. And what we are seeing are words kind of superimposed on the screen as we flash through these images. And these words are a letter. As soon as my mouse starts cooperating, I will take us to that letter. Oh. Also, go to aid in your visualizations.
Ooh. Here's
Fancy.
bubbles.
Hmm.
It's confetti.
Yeah. Floaty confetti. Or
It's actually plague.
yeah. It's probably some awful disease floating through there.
Albino mind fleas.
Yeah.
So we scroll down the superimposed script of this letter. We see the various scenes of the festival as described. We can hear the voice of the author reading the words of the letter with wonderful, youthful excitement. It is a woman's voice. Dearest Mel, where to begin? Did someone say something?
There's an
No,
echo.
you're catching on Randy's mic.
Oh, okay. Start again. Dearest Mel, where to begin? I won't bore you with the details of my arrival, magnificent, nor my first night's lodging, subpar. But allow me to skip straight to the details of the fair, this glorious, radiant festival, so that you might experience its spectacles as I did. For upon first stepping through the admission turnstiles, one is immediately beset by the grandeur of the fair's spectacular grounds, dedicated to the founder of Absalom and the god of humanity. Grounds which took 20,000 workers, nearly 4 years, and an entire treasury of gold to devise. I must admit that before entering, I asked myself if anything was so worthwhile to justify such an expenditure of labor and money. But upon witnessing the fairgrounds for myself, I know now that I may as well have asked whether... sorry, I had realized I had to fix something, and now I did. Okay, I'm going to start from that sentence again. I know now that I may as well have asked whether it was worthwhile for Aradin to raise the Starstone from the sea. The awe-inspiring view I had upon entrance, from the immaculate turquoise stretch of silver lawn to the mirror-like waters of Snowdew Pond, were all the evidence I needed to know that there is no worthier cause than the celebration of the greatest city the world has ever known. Did you know that there is an entire island of martial artists and acrobats just off the coast of Garund? Or that dragons dwell along humans on the other side of Golarion, where rice is eaten instead of bread, and the forests are saturated with the spirits of the dead? For the longest time, Casimir was all I knew. But just 24 hours on the Starstone Isle has opened my eyes to the smallness of our little corner of Taldor. And at this point, the letter's translucence gives way to actual parchment, lit by soft torchlight. Disturbing sounds echo, chopping, tearing, sawing, then a splatter of blood on the parchment. Okay. And then the letter continues with this blood smattered parchment, and the view now fades to some interior with the torchlight. I must admit that a certain degree of anxiety has come over me, which is why I have retired to my modest hotel room to write you this letter. The crowds do not disturb me, and it is not the overwhelming exoticism of the sights that pervade every corner of the festival that so stirs my fears. No, my anxiousness is a result only of the feeling that no matter how many days I spend here, I will not see all the festival has to offer. The fair lasts the whole summer, and my voyage back departs in 1 month's time, but after just 1 day's wanderings, it is obvious to me that nothing short of the stoppage of time would permit one to witness all the festival, to say nothing of Absalom has to offer. I miss you dearly, my daffodil, and I wish you could even just see a fraction of the things I have seen so far. Give my love to the children, and wish your mother well for me. Yours always, Belthelme. And we zoom further away from the letter, and we can see it sitting atop a pile of blood-soaked clothing. Gentle flowing patterns of embroidered golden trim, a pointed bodice, a shawl, silver clasps atop a table slick with blood. We pan across it just enough to see that There is a body on top of this table, unmoving. Zooming further away, we see a figure in the flickering torchlight. Their back to the viewer as they meticulously dismember the corpse, all the while whistling an old Absalomian tune, eerily echoing off the stone cold walls. Just over and over again as we fade out. And that is all the intros you're going to get.
Uh-oh.
The rest
A dead
lies
body on
ahead.
a
We
Yeah.
have
bloody clothes.
a nice cheerful letter, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine.
Good splash of color.
Yes.
I had to get my beast hook.
Okay. We are in the home stretch now, I think.
Oh, we're almost done. Cool.
Yes.
Book 6?
Yeah.
Book 6!
One more bit, I promise, and it's a short one. This is something that I'm probably going to read at the start of every sesh just to get us in there. I might do a little nuanced changes as we
Overly wordy intro?
it's I tried not to be overly wordy with it. It's very trimmed
Captain's
down.
log. Can we do the thing that Invincible does where they find a way to work the title into the middle of a sentence over and over again?
Oh god, that's funny. I didn't know that.
You should watch Invincible. That's my plug.
Yeah, I know. They just had a new season out too, right? Okay. All right. So this one, I have to shit.
You have to shit?
No, I don't.
TMI.
We just had a break.
Okay, so that was. Oh, I want to zoom out too. There you go. You can see the full Radiant Festival there. But we're going to take it back to the home page. El Casa. Okay. Oh, I didn't. I just clicked myself there. Didn't move you guys there.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool beans. So here it comes. Any moment now. Coming at you. Have to have that ready. Yes. Okay. Just take another sip of this bad boy, because this is it. Once I finish this, we are in unexplored territory.
Oh.
There's no turning back. Even for myself, we're in unexplored territory.
You will survive this, but not unaltered.
Okay. A tradition spanning over 4,000 years, the Radiant Festival of Absalom stands as a testament to the enduring spirit and cultural achievements of its people. This grand celebration, observed every century, symbolizes the city's strength and unity through countless sieges. After a long absence, the centennial celebration has returned with unprecedented vibrancy, drawing attendees from all corners of the globe. The once abandoned Precipice Quarter has experienced a remarkable revival and now serves as the epicenter of the festivities. Most join in the revelry, celebrating the audacity of the human spirit, while others harbor darker intentions, eager to exploit the occasion and strike at the heart of the city and its people. Standing in their way is a cobbled-together constabulary. But these peacekeepers are no ordinary force. They are known as the Agents of Edgewatch. These are their stories.
That's sick as shit, dude. Yeah.
That's so
No.
good.
No. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Had to. These are their stories. Because that's what
Done.
we're here to do, is to play story time.
Yay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, we got some time left.
Woo! Yeah, we do.
It only took us 2 hours to get started.
Well,
we did get started.
Yeah.
The intros
That
is
was
parts
all.
of the
That was
starts.
all starts. That was all starts in it. All right. Man, I wish I had Vuvuzela sounds.
I do. I would love to.
Oh man, don't put them in the Discord. I'm sure it's gonna be so fucking loud though.
Read our mind.
I'm surprised we don't have those. Okay. Hooey. So. We are going to do like a long establishing shot of the city of Absalom. And kind of zoom down to ground level, and we skirt across the bay and the ocean to a cliffside that has a beach.
Ooh.
And the beach is all populated with umbrellas, and there's people all about. This is Absalom we're looking at. And we're zooming through the precipice quarter, through all of these incredible architectural marvels that dot the landscape. Immense sized buildings, domed structures with colonnades, and this beautiful forest in the center of this island. Colors that you would never imagine seeing all together in one place. The shining silver meadow, as it is called, which is just the grass, really. Kind of the way it reflects the light of the summer sun. Gives it the name of as if it's a shining sea. And there's people of all varieties here, all ages, children, cotton candy. Everyone is dressed up, top hats, petticoats, long dresses. But then there's, other less fancier fare as well. People running to and fro. There's clowns. There's storytellers. Animals of all varieties. Camels. Axe beaks. Elephants. Things that you don't even understand what they could possibly be. It is a buzz filled with people. And as we pass through the streets of all this fanfare and activity, we settle on a squat stone building. The columned entrance, a pair of large columns flanking some wooden doors that are wide open. Above the entrance, carved into the marble entryway, are the words Edgewatch. We go through those doors, past a desk. People talking to the officer on watch. Down a hallway where we can see a room of desks with officers seated at them, with other individuals, civilians, talking to them. The officers are lazily kind of writing down, taking a statement. Some people look to be a little more agitated than others. Soon past that, past the holding area where we can see a few vagrants locked up. Troublemakers, drunkards maybe. Wind around through these hallways. Busy, it's busy. People are going back and forth, and they are in the garb of the Watch of Absalom, in the teal, white, and gold trim uniforms. There's a lot going on. And in this chaos, there's a room off to the side where we see 4 individuals and a 5th, a squat dwarf with dark skin. This is Sergeant Alo, who is the master sergeant of Edgewatch. That's your sergeant right there. And he
Is he like
is...
12?
What a beard.
What's that?
Is he like 12?
He's so 12.
You shave that
really
beard
long
off. Yeah.
beard.
You have a real major baby face.
Pretty sure that's fake. That's a fake beard. I think he stole someone's wig and put it on his chin.
If he turns his
Pull
head,
on
you
that
can see the
beard.
little hooks that go over his ears.
Yes.
Let's swing into a bar
Let
after
me
12.
He's the master surgeon of the Edgewatch.
Yeah.
How long have we been in the Edgewatch at this point? "31st."
Or not Edgewatch.
I now have 2.
Kante's Kante has her hair in a tight braid behind her head, extra pins that it is as perfect as she can make it. Her uniform doesn't quite match everybody's with the shoulder pads essentially, but she's a little bit of like a looser outfit, so she can move. She can have a little bit more flexibility than the average Edgewatch. She has a couple of extra pieces of jewelry too, mostly silver on her wrists, her arms, and her fingers as well.
Hey, thanks for the heads up, Neil. I realized that, and I switched to this view. I didn't have the mic set up on it. Fucking amateurs! Amateurs!
Lost your audio already.
Yes. So Sergeant Alo is there inspecting you, and okay, so you're kind of you're put together.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Very.
And then he will move on to.
And you're a half elf, right?
Yes. The pointed ears, but
Yeah.
not much else is really resembling. Kind of a muted half elf in terms of like how she shows it.
Is that like paint on your feet, or is it like stockings, or?
It's more like stockings.
Okay, that's really cool. I like that art, man.
So who's next?
I can go.
Don't just if you can speak,
Standing.
go.
Standing. A solid 5'4", and I do mean solid, is Yelena. Strapped across her back is a round shield with a smooth shield boss. See that her uniform is arranged neatly over a rather sturdy-looking breastplate. She looks put together, her hair up in a bun. She is very strong looking. Just about as like wide as you can make her, built like a brick shithouse. But not very tall, yet still has this kind of presence around her. She kind of fills the space that she has. She's put together, but kind of in the way that somebody who's been doing this for a long time is. She's definitely not trying extra hard because it's her first day or anything. She's about as put together as she ever is. Across her nose is a horizontal scar, rather deep, and she's got strange hair and eyes, I think, for most people from Absalom, but a little more common where she's from. She stands sort of towards the front of the group, square shoulders, at ease.
Keep going.
I'll go. Savara is not much taller than, she's like an inch taller than Yelena. But she's pretty slender, like slight. She has excellent posture. And her clothes are like very neat. But she doesn't look entirely comfortable in them necessarily. Like she just kind of doesn't look entirely like at home in any of this. And she's very quiet. She's got well, she's human. She's got like kind of thick, curly, like dark hair that you can kind of tell that it's curly, but it's like mostly wrapped up and tied out of her face, with a purple scarf. I'm basically like in the art. Shout out to my buddy the Gabardine Fox who did my art and Concha's art. Beautiful.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So that's Sephora.
So Gwendolyn does not look well put together. Her shirt is probably misbuttoned, and not buttoned at the top at all. Her hair is probably loose, and she looks like she probably did not wash her uniform recently. So she just she looks like that, you know, the if you look at the like the Catholic schoolgirls who like show up in their like they're technically wearing their uniforms, but barely. That's kind of what she looks like. She does have rainbow hair, as you can see in her picture, and her eyes are actually two different colors. One is red and the other is purple. She's a gnome, so it's not that unusual. She is sort of tall for a gnome. She's just about 4 feet tall.
Did we make another really short party?
Yeah,
I think
my
I'm the
character's usually
shortest now.
6 or above, but like for
How
this one,
sh-
I really wanted to be.
How short is she again?
She's about 4 feet tall. She's a gnome though, so gnomes that's tall for a gnome.
Yeah.
She's freakishly tall. No.
Yes. With heterochromia,
Some.
Okay.
which I think Elena, you have that too, don't you?
Elena has heterochromia. Yeah.
No.
Cat Cam.
Cat cam.
Pretty baby.
Everybody wants to have the head.
I'm pretty young too. I look like I've probably only been working in the Edgewatch probably for a year or so. You know, pretty like maybe a couple years, very very short term.
I think most of us are new to Edgewatch because it is a new.
I meant with the guard in general.
Oh, okay, cool.
I imagine of us, I've been in the Precipice Quarter the longest.
You are one of the undead.
Yeah, I
Please
was there at
deliver.
the tail end. Worked with the Knights of the Last Wall and the Sisters of the Spire, cleaning up the last bits of the refuse across the streets. I mean, nothing too crazy, right? Most of the hard shit was done.
Okay, you didn't face the Whispering Tyrant. Someone else did.
Definitely did not face the Whispering Tyrant. I would not have a face if I faced the
Oh,
Whispering
you were tired.
Tyrant.
Got out
I was
just in time.
tired? Oh, I retired. I retired. I saw Tarbafon and I turned to my CO. I was like, I retire, and I left.
You just killed. I killed a Rune Lord. So I'm here
You're
now.
like 3 Rune Lords.
Okay, so since so he gets to Wendelin last, and he just like groans a little bit softly. And he like undoes her button, fixes it,
Oh.
straightens up the.
It was misbuttoned.
Oh, right. Okay.
Strips it.
So after he steps away after fixing her buttons, she like kind of sort of tempestuously like starts casting prestidigitation on herself.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna say she unbuttoned it again.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, no, she definitely does that as well. But it's at least buttoned straight now. It's just not
Yeah.
buttoned all the way.
And he'll like straighten you out and fix your cap, tilt it because you're probably wearing it like on the back of your head. And he's just like, remember, just nod your head. He's a lot of bark, but well, he's bite too. But just he's like that with everyone. Don't try not to take it too personally. Attention!
Yes.
And he sees as someone walks in, and you can hear the loud clacking of polished boots, metal clasped boots, squeaking of well-worn leather, the soft jingle of shoulder plate armor. You can hear the door slam shut behind. And your obviously eyes are forward. And in this small room is like a map of Absalom, and there's some scrolls on the desk, some unfurled scrolls with some maps of the fairgrounds, some candles, these boots, clap, 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 as this specimen of a figure enters the room and walks past you all. And as he walks past, you can smell the cigar smoke in the air. And almost a little. If you have a fine sense of smell, you would catch a little bit of like sweat and oil as Lieutenant Grosbeck
Ew.
Lavarsis.
He's greasy.
You're gonna need to spell that.
Grosbeck Lavarsis enters the room. You are still all at attention. And he goes to his desk, takes his cap off, drops it onto the desk. Doesn't even look at you guys. Puts some missives down on the desk. His hair is all tousled. And he seems to make you stand there for what seems to be hours. He sits at the desk, flips open some stuff, reads through it, flips a piece of paper over, and he looks up. He gives you, Canthy, a stern gaze. Goes back down to his stuff. Sergeant Alo is also still there, and he's like, looks at Canthy. He's like, shaking his head, like, don't do it. And he sits there, and he's still reading through some stuff. And takes out a cigar, clips it, lets out a thick cloud of smoke. Finally passes his gaze over to each of you, and he looks down at the paper, shakes his head. Unbelievable. At ease. Finally, like, I'm only going to say this once. So pay attention.
Savara whips out her book and starts taking notes.
As you know, this year's Radiant Festival is the most ambitious peacetime undertaking the city has seen. And it is the Edgewatchers' responsibility to maintain the safety of thousands. And I have been tasked the very most unenviable tasks of taking command of this precinct. He can barely form the words. I told the city planner that I needed the best to do this job. Instead, he throws the papers. They go all over the place. Just floating in the wind, floating in the air, descending down. Maybe it hits one of you guys in the head as it flops down. This is what I get. So, Green, you've practically got gills. And he looks at you all. Did you all pin these badges on yourself? Or have you have Sergeant Arlo do it for you? Don't answer that. It's rhetorical. Abaddar only knows what sin I have committed to deserve this. What? It is my burden to bear. I must work with what is given. Do what you're told. Learn from the veterans. And maybe you'll come out of this as proper guards.
Yes, sir.
If I catch you shirking work or tarnishing the reputation of this precinct, I will bounce you out of here so hard you will land in the puddles.
With the skulls in them.
Don't talk! Only listen! And then he starts examining you guys more closely. As he's passing around you. I get rapscallions. Rejects. The unwanted and the undesired. Now, let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna just take a closer look at. He looks at Canthy. Does Canthy have her darts on her? Probably.
In her boot, a little hidden, but yes.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say this guy's perception is probably insanely high right now. He's going to spot anything. He removes the darts and just kind of like doesn't even want to like touch them really. He's kind of holding them like they're contaminated, and he hands them to Alo.
But
You're not adventurers
sorry.
or mercenaries.
That just darts.
Do not speak unless you are spoken to. My clear recruit, or I'll have you back to the foreign district faster
These
than you
darts.
can even blink. Okay.
Assuming he's not looking at Wendelin, Wendelin is very much mocking him, like doing like a pretty good imitation of his like face as he like yells at.
Slaps his head back at you. What is that? Detention. 2 weeks.
Detention 2 weeks. I feel like with each shenanigan that
Elena,
everyone is doing, Dylan is just yeah.
We are a homogenous unit, and he yanks the shield off your back and tosses it to the sergeant. See that she is equipped with the proper shield, with the bearing and standard of the watch. We must display our flags. Yes, Captain. Well, I suppose this is as good as it gets. I've already feel my migraine. Dismissed! Out of my sight! Be gone! Get to your duties.
Yes, sir.
Do we have our duties?
Well, Sergeant Arlo will get you situated.
I'm definitely the last one to leave, and I kind of leisurely
ready for
stroll
the sergeant.
out.
Are we waiting for the sergeant or?
Yeah, well, he'll
Here?
follow you out.
Okay.
He nods, and anybody who looks in might notice that Captain Levarsis kind of softens a bit when he looks at Sergeant Arlo.
Oh.
He nods, and Sergeant Arlo nods back and heads out. Oh, okay. Whew. Passing review's over. Okay. Well, that's the captain. Now, you'd best be having that. Hoping that's the last conversation you have with him. And Conthi, you gotta take it easy on the back talk. It's only gonna make things worse. Now,
Sergeant,
yes.
before we
Did I
get
do-
too much further, might I be able to requisition a shield with a
Oh,
boss from...
of course, yes. We'll get you situated. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have noticed that. It's my fault. It's my fault.
It's okay. It's a much more visible post than my last one.
And he hands the darts back to Conti as well. He's like, just keep these out of sight. And I don't know. I don't know what you're. Just make sure you don't hurt anybody with them.
Of course, more for special circumstances.
Kind of shoves him back into her boot.
Okay. So the sergeant takes you into like the ready room, and where there is a map of the district, and you can see if the streets are very prominently marked, and you can see that there are colored outlines of patrol routes. We can go here and see the precipice quarter, courtesy of Narki. Guy does awesome maps. I'm so glad to hear that he did the maps for this. Because man, I should show you the one that's in the book, and the one in the book is like so underwhelming. It's really disappointing. All right,
This is really cool.
Yeah, and you guys are there at the center, at Watcher's Edge. And you have a patrol route assigned to you that is going to be the pink route that will take you.
Are there supposed to be lines?
Oh, sorry, I forgot I had them. That's weird. What is it?
Is this? Oh, it's Snow Dew. I was gonna say, is the Snowden Pond where we put like the informers?
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Now you can see. Yes. So this route will take you across the Living Lake through the Mystic Gardens to the Beldrin's Tower, around the South Rim by Coral Beach, and then passing up here, and then through the Silver Lawn, around the War Dome, and then return back to HQ. And that is going to take you 12 hours. You'll be doing multiple walks, and you're expected to, explore, like not explore, but go through some of the streets down here. That's not
do a good job of
yeah.
Okay.
And during these patrols, you will be essentially in exploration mode. I don't think we're going to get into any at this time because it's already 10 till, but you'll be in exploration mode, and pretty much you'll be searching. I mean, you're not going to be avoiding
following
notice. Right, or following a lead. For the most part, it'll be search rolls. That will be, your primary task. So what we'll do is that we'll have you guys, make your search rolls, and then we'll see what kind of hijinks
Ensue?
you can get into.
None, I'm sure.
Definitely not.
Hey, sir.
Yeah.
Question. Is it a fluff thing that he took my shield with the shield boss, or is it like a real thing? Like, for the purposes of mechanics.
Yeah, he doesn't. You have to have the watch insignia on the shield.
All right, I won't be able to do anything today then.
Why is that?
Because I have to set my implement. It's like a downtime activity to change my implement.
To put the shield boss on is only 10 minutes.
No. To change my implement. It is
Yeah.
attached to a specific weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're not changing that. You're just putting the boss
Well, I
on the
am.
shield. No, the
No,
shield is
the
in a
boss
weapon.
is detachable?
Yes, bosses are detachable. You put them
Oh, in the description it said it's normally just integrated with the shield.
Yeah,
But
you attach it.
okay,
You
if
could
the
put a
boss is
shield boss or a spike.
okay.
In Lily's defense, I was also like, "Oh, this is a separate shield." But cool. That makes more sense to have it just like
Got it.
a magnet with some
Right.
silly putty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to bang it into place.
Magical super glue.
It's like the commercial where like the tape is just smack it on.
Is this the first time that the four of us have been like told
Yeah.
we're being assigned together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't have to. I mean, what if you guys wanted to? Yeah, what's going on now? So, you are basically given your instructions and being like, "All right, get to it." Now what?
Are we supposed to just walk out right then and start patrolling?
After a few minutes
Sounds
of
like it.
setting up, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hunty
So as
is
we're-
going to like adjust her like feet, like one of her clothes too, just like refit it after she walks out because it felt very stiff and cold inside.
Are we still doing the thing where I'm squad? I volunteered to be squad leader. It's okay if we're not.
Yes.
I'm just okay. And as we're getting ready, I think I'll like Kanthi, right?
Correct.
How long have you been in the watch?
She looks up at the sun. Hours.
Right. It definitely shows.
Minutes.
Savara, good to see you. All right. By the way, Kanti, a bit of friendly advice. The positions of power, they tend to attract people who want power, which don't tend to be great people. Even if their intentions are noble, they can kind of be assholes. I think it's easier for all of us if it's not fun. Trust me, I know it's not fun.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize.
I'm not your boss. I was just about to say that. Look, I'm appointed as squad leader. It doesn't mean too much. It just means that my ass is on the line first. That's okay, right? I'm sure we're all capable of much things, many different things. So, with that in mind, I don't want this to be kind of like a leadership thing. It's not something I'm good at, Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my stars. If you call me ma'am again, we're going to have problems.
Well, when your hair is white, I assume you're.
I am.
Never mind. Never mind.
Never met.
Never mind. And she like
So
tries
you're
to quickly start
old.
digging herself out of the
She
hole.
will slip a brooch, like a brooch, out of her pocket and pin it to her lapel. A brooch, whatever, and she will pin it to her lapel. It's kind of star-shaped, almost like a compass rose. And the middle has this kind of like almost enamel-looking multicolored butterfly with like moon patterns on its wings and such. And she will pin that to her. She will pin that to her lapel. And she says, "All right. Well, yes, I'm sure we have 12 hours, plenty of time to get to know each other. I can walk in front. I tend to be a little sturdy, whatever you like." But
Does Savara recognize whatever pattern is on your brooch?
it's like a probably trivial religion. It's one of the most worshipped
is it-
goddesses
is
in
it
the
just-
entirety.
Is
Yeah,
it
it's Desna.
Desna? Yeah.
It's
I
Desna.
wasn't sure if that's what you were going for,
I'm
or
so
if it
proud
was,
of you for branching
Yeah,
into
yeah.
different
or if it was
deity.
like a personal thing.
You
Okay.
shut up, Circe.
It's not for Rasma, yay!
Leave me alone.
I like
But yes,
Desna.
it's not for Asma. Yeah, she worships Desna according to her pin. She has a little pin.
Members
It's
of
cute.
the Desmond Society.
Yeah, in so much as there is a society for Desna. But yeah, So I imagine we'll have plenty of time to get to know each other. Yelena will stand in front, and will tend to stand in front. But you know, I'm not the best with people. So if somebody else wants to be the one who's doing like the talking, the nice talking, go for it. If we need to do the mean talking, I can do that.
Yeah, sure. I can definitely help with that. By the way, at some point, I found a pencil or something, and now my hair is kind of in a loose bun, so now it's not loose anymore, but it's like there's just a pencil stabbed through it. Still very not put together.
Okay.
Perhaps some conditioner would do you some good.
Hey, you know, it beats my last squad mates. It was lucky if they had their uniform on in the right direction.
I mean, I'm not used to wearing a uniform like this anyways, so
Right.
kind of defeated the purpose of trying to catch people wearing a uniform.
Well, so long as you're wearing your hat like a hat and not a chuck bucket, they're okay.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You don't go around too many sailors then.
No, I can't say that I do. I don't go to the docks very often either. I live further in the city.
Good. Personal recommendation. After spending years there, don't.
Probably still smells like salt water.
Aye.
Sea spray gets everywhere.
Of course, that it's rough, it's irritating.
Okay, so yeah, and we just kind of pull away as they take their first steps out from precinct headquarters to the cobblestone streets and avenues of the Radiant Festival. Very first patrol. We shall see it next week.
Woo! Hell yeah, sir. This
Yeah.
was awesome. I am unbelievably excited for it.
Me too. I'm so excited.
Yep, that's
I
it.
love all of our characters.
Now I can stop agonizing over those that shit. Just, it's done. It's too. Can't go back and
Done.
change it. Bits. We got bits.
We got bits.
Two
You want
bits.
bits? You let me
Make
out of
it
the room
rain,
for bits.
bits. All right, folks. So that was the start. Wow. Okay, that was great. We spent the entire session
Setting it up.
laying it out.
Not a single die roll. Wait a
Yep,
minute,
not
I gotta roll
single
Yeah,
die.
hold on.
D20 roll. Let's see.
So quick.
Oh,
Nice.
17,
That's
yeah.
pretty good. Oh, I'm gonna change my die while I'm here. You kidding
Yeah.
me? I'm gonna make
Look at
some
that.
fancy ass dice. Look at that.
Yeah.
General settings.
how can you not
Oh, I
have your
can't.
dice made yet?
Celebratory.
Oh no, dice so nice. Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
What do my dice look like? Let's see.
Whoa.
Very nice.
Like that? Like that? Oh, nice. That's like Edgewatch.
17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yelena sucks, apparently. Sorry,
Hey.
Lily.
Well,
Hey,
Or
just-
9.
the rest of us just wasted our first good roll.
I know. We know who
why
dies
is
first now.
it such a hideous color? Why? But why?
Why? All right.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
That was great.
Keep
That was
going.
good.
Come on. For
Let's
like
go.
3 more now.
3 more hours.
Yeah.
It's got it in him.
I
And
mean
all
me,
10 of
but
our
I,
Twitch watchers.
Oh, if you zoom in, this is cool, by the way. Something I found. If you zoom in on the
Mhm.
precipice quarter map, where the symbol is, the
Mhm.
party that's the party icon, and I'm not
Oh,
sure
cool.
if you can.
No. Oh,
but
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
right click it, hey, watch what happens when I
Actually,
right
all of
click.
us.
Right when I right click it, watch what happens.
Okay. Oh,
oh,
That's cool.
Oh wait,
Who's-
okay.
who's
It puts you.
the gargantuan dude.
Yes.
Okay.
we deploy. Deploy.
Gift.
So then this is cool too though. It's time to come home.
Oh, and we all tumble.
And that is very awesome because
This is-
holy crap, when you guys change locations, it's gonna be so
Who's
much
Gith
easier to do that.
Roundtree?
So Gith Roundtree, yeah, I put him in the
Yes.
chat.
Member of our
He
party.
is your assigned cadet in training.
Oh,
Which
we
means
have an intern.
we're
Is-
training him.
He's
Is he
kind
our
of
is he our red shirt? Do we get to kill him?
he is he's like, just training right now. He's on the, like, the mid stages of training. He's getting on the field training. Because now they have the luxury to do that as they continue to recruit more people to Edgewatch. And I mean, he might go places, but he's going to function as like a runner, perhaps, or
Okay.
he's not really a combatant, but he is there, and perhaps he's spying on you. Who knows? So many possibilities. Yes, but he is most likely just there to observe and to learn. He's a youngin'. He's like 15 years old. Okay.
Oh, he's a baby. He's barely older than my kid.
Fake.
It's kind of like the squire.
As young as what's his face? The dude with the
Oh.
fake beard.
The sergeant, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Sergeant Allo.
Babyface.
I'm
Yeah, the sergeant looks young.
I'm fucking
squad
300 years old.
Sergeant looks young, and the squad leader looks ancient. We're off to a great start.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that's the end of that. This was great.
Hey, have a
Oh.
good night. This is great.
And-
I'm so excited.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. This is
Yeah,
fun. I
thank
look forward
y'all.
to next week. We jump into it.
Like I
Jumping
Roll
into it.
dice.
Peace out. See you.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I need to work more on that. All right, bye.